one of the things that I've really loved watching are the new videos that you're putting out on your Instagram and your YouTube and your social media that you're doing, like with your kids and with your friends. You've got a new podcast that's really great. What caused that pivot, and how do you think you've been able to capitalize during this time?
Honey, I wish I could tell you, Lucas, but I just, when this COVID hit, I started cooking. You know, I thought it was going to last about 2 weeks, and I watched The Tiger King. I was enthralled. My girls came home, and that was, fun for me. I was like, oh, what do y'all want to eat? And it was like a big slumber party. And I thought, oh, this, they said, just stay in a couple of weeks and it'll, we thought it wasn't going to last. And so I started cooking, and I'd just get on the back porch and talk about what I was cooking. And I would tell people everything's going to be all right. Because I thought, good night, everything's going to be all right. And people started sharing that and wanting to know what my recipes were. And then they wanted me to say at night, everything's going to be all right. And the sweetest women in the world message me and say, your voice is calming. And then I think, well, on Facebook, really, because that's where that got shared and that went over 1 million fans. Instagram has been a little bit slower, but I just do these little videos of just saying, my mama's sick, and because I think a lot of people are in between launching children and adult children and taking care of elderly. I think that's a big, demographic. And I don't think anybody's speaking to my demographic. I think that there's a lot of women like me and like your mom, and nobody's speaking to them, because there's wonderful comedians like Chelsea Handler. I've worked with her, Amy Schumer, there's all those Nikki Glaser, all those, but they don't speak. What they do is, great, but it's blue and it's about being single and all that kind of stuff. And there was nobody, I think, speaking to mamas that are raising kids and devoted to their family and cooking something. It's just crazy. They have been so sweet to me, the things that people say. But before COVID hit, I knew something was happening, because I would go to these clubs, and these club owners would say, oh my gosh, where have you been? Because they said, your audience is so great. They clean up. They got money to spend. They don't fight. Nobody's, high and about to waller in the parking lot. And they bought a lot of food and drinks and stuff. And they were just, they were like, well, you got to come back. But I would see a grandmama, a mama, and somebody 20, 50, and 80. I think y'all are so sweet. I don't know. Okay. This is Leanne Morgan. I'm a comedian, and this is why you should never listen to those darling, yummy Reverend and the Reprobate.